Welcome to Dan's Learning Curve, where hindsight is 2015. Okay, next under their knife at Dan's Learning Curve. I think this is a 2006, somewhere around there, Suzuki Forenza. This is my brother's car. He's had it for about, I'd say 3-4 years. He did what every good operator should do is, well, when you buy a car, you really don't know how much time's on the timing belt. So you go, I should probably have that replaced. And he did. And now, 2 years later, this is what we got. That isn't right. This is an interference engine, meaning that the head come off, and he was talking about having oil light come on at idle too. So before I go hog wild on this head, and either I'm going to replace the valves, the interference engine does bend the valves when the timing belt breaks, or before I take it to a machine shop and have the valves done, I'm going to check the lower end, make sure the bearings aren't wiped out, and make sure that and if they do have some slop in them, I'll measure the crank and see if they're within specs to just fit new bearings and see if we can get this thing going again for them. So that's the introduction to the Suzuki. He wasn't real happy about it, but the body's in pretty decent shape for a Minnesota car. Hey. There's some little bit of rot in the back rockers, not rockers, but what do you call that back part? Anyway, the behind the rear wheel, and but it's a good little engine, good little car. Once the timing belt stays in conditions in one piece, so I think it was just a cheap timing belt. I don't know. Either that or the water pump locked up. So we will find out. We'll find out what really killed this engine. Was it a cheap timing belt, or was it a cheap water pump, or did something else lock up in there? So I haven't gotten too far on it yet. I'm working on getting the serpentine belt off. There's a tensioner right down, and it's about the center of the view right there. I need to get that off. Kind of tight corners here, so. Alright, I'll bring you back when I have something else to show.
Yep.
Alright, we have it to the point where off with its head, I hope. I think I got every fastener on here. Thank you for my assistant Liliana for recording this. Oh. Let's see if I can grunt enough times here. There it comes. Now, Smokey, you going to do a CAT scan? Do we need a CAT scan, Smokey? Okay, this engine had a timing belt break. And, too bad. 2 valves. You getting that, Liliana? Mm-hmm. See the valves that are bent? Just 2. That is really good.
Smokey.
I am impressed.
Smokey, get out of the way.
That's okay. Smokey can get in there. So, but those hit hard. Look how hard those hit. So.
Smokey, you push the camera.
And okay. So, can you zoom in on that a little bit, Liliana, and then we'll. No, just go ahead and move in. There we go. You can see I shouldn't be able to stick my finger underneath the valve like that.
Smokey, do you want to see?
Yeah. All right, we'll cut this segment off and we'll get going on pulling the. I'll pull the oil pan and check the rod and main bearings for excessive wear. Okay, thanks, Liliana. Okay, 2005 Suzuki Forenza. Got the oil pan off after dropping exhaust and a lot of other stuff. A lot of junk in there. So, looks like Rosie pulling the windage tray And had to drop the exhaust. Those nuts gave me a fight off the catalytic converter there. I had to heat them up. Got them off without breaking no studs, so proud of that. Took a bit of time to do it with a propane torch, but so I'm gonna wrap it up tonight. I'm not even sure what time it is, but so there'll be part 2, part 3. So, but if I get that windage tray off there, I can pop a rod cap off and see what our bearings look like, and maybe pop a main off and see if this engine is worth going. Measure the crank and see how the bearings look, and then measure the crank, see if it's worth new bearings if it needs them. So yeah, it's on the hoist. I'm not going to show you much of the hoist because my place is a mess, but yeah, catalytic converter there. All right, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and thanks for ringing that bell so you can get some notifications when see what I learn next time, when hindsight is 20/15, better than perfect vision.